Okay, so this video is going to be Single and Wanting to Mingle, part 2 with my friend Rachel, and it was hilarious, and I was all ready to post it, and as soon as I got up to the button, God's like, nope, don't post it, and I was like, what? Why not? And he didn't say anything, so I was like, well, maybe the Lord will change his mind, and so I waited another week, and you all know that God doesn't change his mind, so apparently he just doesn't want me to post it, so I'm a little bummed. I was like, what am I going to tell everybody? He's like, don't worry about it. So, yeah, I do have the video, and it will go in the folder marked on the shelf in my hard drive, and hopefully I will be able to bring that out for you someday. But if you know the Lord, and if he tells you to do something, it's pretty smart to do that, because I've definitely blown God off a lot in some areas, and I know that it's just really smart to listen to him. He usually has a better idea, and he's smarter than me, so sorry that I can't share it with you, but it's also okay. It'll be okay. So I was like, well, what do I share now? It's been 2 weeks, and I thought, well, in the last 24 hours there have been like 3 different conversations I've had with people that they're all wanting something to change in their life, and they're just wondering how God's gonna do it and what the holdup is possibly, and like, what do I do? And so when you come across a situation like that in your life, I think everybody has, circumstances get kind of serious sometimes, because you're like, I need to know what's going on. So God will have some sort of action for you to take. He always has at least one step. The word will light your path. Anything that he gives you will take you at least one step closer. He doesn't ever give you like the next 10 steps, at least he hasn't in my experience, but he will give you the next one, and we need to know what the next one is. And so the best way to do that is not to rely on your own understanding and figure it out on your own. When you try and fail, you know, you've finally given up on all the things that you can think of, and then God just gives you, often he just gives you one word or one step to take, and then you're moving forward in that direction. And so often I think in the word there was an action for people to take. I think of Zacchaeus. He had to get out of the tree if Jesus was going to come over for mac and cheese, you know. And then the lady with the issue of blood, she was just not having a great life, and her action was to go up to Jesus and touch the hem of his garment and believe that the power of God would flow through her and heal her of that issue. And then you've got blind men, you know, the blind men where Jesus was like, what do you want me to do for you? I mean, Jesus knew what they needed, and why would he ask that, you know? So he wants you to have kind of a part in things. It's not God does everything and I just wait around and watch him do everything. We have an action to take, and so sometimes God will ask you, what do you want me to do? He kind of wants to see where you're at. Are you going after the kingdom in this situation? Are you going after him and seeking him diligently? Because he said if you seek, you'd find. He said if you'd knock, he'd answer. And he said if you ask, you'll receive. That's his promise, and I think a lot of times do we believe it? When you get pretty down on life and things that you're going through, it's hard to see a way out. It's hard to see that there could be a change and that there could be something that would actually happen. But I believe that there's great breakthrough with the Lord when we finally lay our lives down, lay ourselves down, lay our ideas down, lay everything down that we tried to come up with, and ask him, Lord, what do you want me to do? Is there something I'm missing? And ask him to show it to you, and don't give up until he shows you. Be diligent, be at him to find out what needs to operate differently. Just go after him. Don't give up. Don't give up, you guys. Don't let go of the promises of God just because it's taking too long. Don't be miserable in what you're going through. Begin to be thankful. A thankful heart will produce great results. A thankful heart in the smallest of details. Stir that up on the inside of you and start looking at life a little bit differently. Change your focus. He's probably going to take you somewhere where you never thought He's probably going to fix the situation in a way that you did not expect. And he often has these back doorway kind of things of like, oh, I never saw that coming. So it's just, you just gotta roll with him. If you would have told me last year, around this time, I'm coming up on a year of being gone, which is crazy. If somebody would have told me a year ago, I'd be living in Missouri and ministering with the team that I'm with and all these kind of things, it's like, there's no way. God's full of surprises, and just let him surprise you with the way he does it. It's often a gentle, subtle way. We're usually looking for the big, miraculous, like this massive miracle happened, or this thing just showed up out of nowhere. It's just big, big, big. But often God will work through a phone call, or he'll talk to you through people that, you know, you just think that you're having a conversation with them, but actually God's speaking right through them to you in a sentence or two, and it's the answer that you needed. Or you know, went to church the one night when you didn't feel like it, and there was just one word in there, one line, one sentence that the pastor may have spoke that you're like, that's the answer. It's not as hard as you think, even though in the middle it's like, this is not going well, but keep your chin up. There's a lot of good happening, and God wants you to win so much more than you even want to win, and he's on your side. So don't give up. Just keep on pressing in. Be open to the different ways that he may take care of your situation.